everyone, it's MMED Board again. Today we're going to be talking about more ways to engage in healthy living, but our main focus will be healthy eating. We're also going to be talking about how to read nutrition labels, some good foods you should eat, how much, some healthy cooking ingredients, and staying hydrated. Please also bear in mind that specific nutritional needs and eating habits are unique for everyone, so treat this video as a general guide. We will also be linking all of the sources and useful resources in the description below, so feel free to check them out. Our first topic is figuring out how to read nutrition labels. Nutrition labels are often found on the back of the bag of the food. It gives you information about how much of something is present in your food. The label should have the words nutrition facts at the top, and under that it will tell you the serving size. Knowing the serving size is important as it will tell you the expected amount of consumption. For example, if it says there are 4 servings per container with a serving size of 1 cup, then that means that there are a total of 4 cups in that food package. The information below the serving size is based on 1 serving size. So in this case, the information will be based on 1 cup of food. Directly below the serving size is the calories. In case you don't know, calories are based on the amount of energy stored in that food. It is important to be mindful of not having too high of calorie consumption, especially of fatty and sugary foods, as that can contribute to diabetes or obesity. The information below the calorie amount is the nutrients label. The left side tells you how much of a specific nutrient is in each serving, and the right column tells you how much of something to consume or not exceed every day. So for example, 850 milligrams of sodium, normally known as salt, is 37% of all sodium you're supposed to consume in an entire day, and it's not recommended to consume over 100% of sodium. An easy way to figure out how much of something is in a food is by simply multiplying the calories and nutrients by the total amount of serving sizes. So if you have 320 milligrams of calcium, or 25% of the total calcium you should eat every day, per serving, and 4 servings, that would mean in total, the product would have 100% of the recommended amount of calcium to eat. In general, it is recommended that you try to focus on eating dietary fiber, calcium, iron, potassium, and vitamin D, as those are usually not eaten enough. On the opposite side, you should try to avoid eating saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars, as those usually are consumed excessively. For more information about reading food labels and using them to your advantage, visit the FDA's article on how to understand and use the nutrition facts label. Our next topic is the types of food you should eat and how much. A good starting point is the food pyramid, where it's ordered from top to bottom, starting at what you should consume the least of and increasing as you go down. The top category is extras, things like fats and sugars. Then it's proteins, grains, fruits, vegetables, and at the bottom, it's dairy. The extra foods are things that are not really good for you, and you should try to only consume them once in a while. Some examples of extra foods are chips, bacon, candies, cookies, soda, and ketchup. Some examples for proteins are beef, chicken, pork, fish, eggs, nuts, tofu, beans, things like that. Grains include bread, cereal, rice, pasta, crackers, bagels, oatmeal, and tortillas. Some fruits are strawberries, bananas, blueberries, grapes, oranges, and so on. Some vegetables are avocados, carrots, spinach, tomatoes, broccoli, etc. And some dairy is milk, yogurt, cheese, pudding. But however, for dairy, there are alternatives such as plant-based milks. For most of these groups, it's hard to tell what the serving size is or how much of it you should eat because food doesn't specifically come in exact serving sizes, as a fruit can range from half a serving, like a tangerine, all the way up to 3, like a watermelon. So knowing how much to consume in measurable amounts is better. As a refresher, there are about 8 ounces in a cup, and a cup is roughly half the size of a small beverage. You can also use a technique that can be helpful for measurements by using your hands. So 1 fist is equal to about a cup, which would be good for measuring cereal, milk, fruits, or veggies. Your palm is about 3 ounces, which is good for protein. A handful is about half a cup, so that would be good for measuring out how much rice or noodles you should eat. 2 fists is about 2 cups, so that would be good for things like salad. Your whole thumb is about a tablespoon, which would be good for measuring out how much peanut butter you can eat. Your thumb tip is about a teaspoon, so that would be good for how much butter or how much oil. Your pointer finger is about 1.5 ounces, so that would be good for measuring cheese. And your flat hand is about 1 slice, so that would be good for things like bread. So going back to the food pyramid, a general guide of how much you should be eating is for the extra category, you should limit the amount and try not to have it every single day. For protein, you should have 2 to 6.5 ounces a day. Grains, you can try to have 3 to 8 ounces a day. And for fruits, you should try to have 1 to 2 cups a day. Vegetables should be 1 to 3 cups a day, and then dairy, you should have 3 cups a day. For more information about how much and what types of food you should be eating, visit myplate.gov. A good step to being healthier is by cooking healthier. So we also have some ingredients to include in your cooking recipes. Consider using olive oil instead of butter, long grain rice instead of white rice, whole wheat grains like for pasta or bread instead of white breads, low sugar sauces for pastas or pizzas, fatty fish like salmon or tuna, but also that means that it's high in fish oil. For flavor, you can add your favorite spices or onions. And the last topic for today is making sure that you stay well hydrated. Being well hydrated is very important to stay healthy. It is recommended that on average, you drink about 8 glasses or half a gallon of water a day. There is some leeway, like if you're doing a lot of exercise, you're in a hot environment, or you're sick, and in these cases, you'll need to drink more water to stay hydrated. You can usually tell if you aren't drinking enough if you feel thirsty or if your urine isn't light yellow or colorless. So if those things occur, it's probably a good sign that you need to drink more water. We also strongly recommend that you drink mainly water and milk or its plant-based substitutes more than other drinks like soda or juices, because those contain sugars which may negatively increase your calorie intake. But also keep in mind that drinking too much milk can lead to an excessive calorie intake. But by drinking unsweetened plant-based milks, that can be a great alternative to water as well. Also, you probably won't need to worry about drinking too much water unless you're drinking like 2 to 3 gallons of water a day. So we recommend that you lean towards the side of drinking a little bit more than you need. For example, if you need the standard amount of 8 cups of water, drink 9 to 10, just to be on the safe side. Thank you for giving us some of your time today. We hope you can use these tips to eat healthy and stay hydrated. See you next week for Wellness Wednesday. Bye!